Because Prince Harry is not the most intelligent, okay, girl, Meghan Markle, girl, we gonna talk about you later, girl. Woo! If you was plotting on his ass, girl, you getting the karma now. Well, hello there, little bugs. Hello there, Bellas. If you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook and or Twitter, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com for these ring bling. I think they call them fingertip rings. Love my nails too. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes, you can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, where's the cover at? Let's continue talking about Prince Harry's spare. One of Willie's friends was having a birthday party in the countryside near Gloucestershire. More than a birthday party, it was a fancy dress party with a cringy theme. Natives and colonials. Guests were required to dress accordingly. Hard pass. You know that dress shiz ain't for me. I don't know why y'all keep thinking that I want to do dumb stuff like that. That's not what I want to do. That's not my life. I want to listen to rap music and pretend like I got a pistol in my hand and hunch on black girls. One of them being Rihanna. Anyway, they convinced his ass to go. Fuck it then. I'll go. Willie, however, insisted. We'll find you something to wear, Harold. His new girlfriend promised to help. I liked his new girlfriend. She was carefree, sweet, kind. She'd done a gap year in Florence, knew about photography, art, and clothes. She loved clothes. Her name was Kate. I forget what native or colonial thing she was wearing to the party, but with her help, Willie had chosen for himself some kind of feline outfit. Skin tight leotard with, am I remembering this correctly? A springy, bouncy tail. He tried it on for us, and he looked like a cross between Tigger and Baryshnikov. Kate and I had a great time pointing our fingers at him and rolling around on the floor. It was ridiculous, especially in a three-way mirror, but ridiculous, they both said, was the point of the upcoming party. I liked seeing Kate laugh. Better yet, I liked making her laugh. And I was quite good at it. My transparently silly side connected with her heavily disguised silly side. One thing I will say about Virgos, that if you in that space, they are hilarious. Whenever I worried that Kate was going to be the one to take Willie from me, I consoled myself with thoughts of all our future laughing fits together. And I told myself how great everything would be when I had a serious girlfriend who could laugh along with us. Maybe it'll be Chelsea. So right now, I'm seeing how whenever someone takes a partner, he somehow relates it to being taken away from him. If you get a girlfriend, then you're going to leave me. If you marry this girl, then you're going to leave me. That's what he equates relationships with, being left. But he doesn't understand it when it happens, or when it is now happening with him. Maybe that's what the royal family felt when he chose to move on with Meghan Markle. I'm telling you. The family wanted him to keep hunching that damn girl in the hotel. I don't care if she play on the suits. We don't care if she only a third black. We don't care about that, okay? She's not good enough, baby. The day of the party, it was decided that I'd go to a nearby village, Nailsworth, where there was a well-known costume shop. Surely I could find something there. I went up and down the rows, sifting through the racks, seeing nothing I liked. With time running out, I narrowed my option to two. a British pilot's uniform, and a sand-colored Nazi uniform with a swastika armband and a flat cap. I phoned Willie and Kate asked what they thought. Nazi uniform, they said. I rented it, plus a silly mustache, and went back to the house. I tried it all on. They both howled. What followed was a firestorm, which I thought at times would engulf me, and I felt that I deserved to be engulfed. There were moments over the course of the next several weeks and months when I thought I might die of shame. A typical response to the photos was, "What could he been thinking?" The simplest answer was, I wasn't. When I saw those photos, I recognized immediately that my brain had been shut off, that perhaps it had been shut off for some time. Pause. First thing I want to say is I feel like that was a setup. William, as the older brother, I don't know why William even thought that it would be funny. Why would Kate think it would be funny? Like, you know how sometimes when companies do things that are not Black friendly or African American friendly, we always say, where in the hell was the table? Where was the table sit down to say that this is inappropriate? Was it just one Black person there who had no culture that agreed to this? Or was the table just completely just non-Black? Where was the discussion? You mean to tell me 3 people? You got William, Harry, and Kate, who to me is a woman, and she should be the most sensitive. Because, you know, women, we are nurturers, we are caring, we are loving. We think outside the box, whereas sometimes men just think just in this box. Oh, it'll be a laugh. What's so funny about it? If you come to a party wearing a freaking swastika on your arm, what's so funny about it? Because Prince Harry is not the most intelligent, okay, girl, Meghan Markle, girl, we gonna talk about you later, girl. Woo! If you was plotting on his ass, girl, you getting a karma now. We know that Prince Harry is not the best decision maker. We know that he's pretty reckless, okay? But when you got 3 people sitting at the table, okay, one of them is groomed for greatness. What the hell? Nobody is like, I don't know, because Prince William is supposed to be the sensible one. The sensible one didn't say, I don't know. That's not funny. I don't know. I turned to Willie. Didn't that get you in trouble the first time? But that's his big brother. He was sympathetic, but there wasn't much to say. Then I phoned Paul. To my surprise, he was serene. At first, I was suspicious. I thought maybe he was seeing my crisis as another opportunity to bolster his PR. But he spoke to me with such tenderness and genuine compassion that I was disarmed and grateful. He didn't gloss over facts. Darling boy, how could you be so foolish? My cheeks burned because Willie and Kate told me that it was okay. I know. But he quickly went on to say that it was the foolishness of youth. Facts. But he quickly went on to say that it was the foolishness of youth. That he remembered being publicly vilified for youthful sins. And it wasn't fair because youth is the time when you're, by definition, unfinished. He was to be our new private secretary. Jamie Lothar Pinkerton was his name. But I don't remember Willie and me referring to him as anything other than JLP. We should have just called him Marco too, or maybe Marco 2.0. He was meant to be Marco's replacement, but also a more official, more detailed, more permanent version of our dear friend. All the things Marco had been doing informally, the minding and guiding and advising JLP would now do formally, we were told. In fact, it was Marco who found JLP and recommended him to Paul and then trained him. So we already trusted the man right from the start. He came with that all-important seal of approval. Marco said he was a good man. I carried a small overnight bag containing a few personal items plus standard size ironing board slung gently under my arm like a surfboard. The army had ordered me to bring it. From here on, my shirts and trousers would need to be crease-free. I knew as much about operating an ironing board as I did about operating a tank. Less, actually. But that was now the Army's problem. I was now the Army's problem. Boot camp, such a benign name for what happened. We were pushed to our limits, physically, mentally, spiritually. We were taken or dragged to a place beyond our limits, and then a bit further, by a stolid group of lovable sadists called color sergeants. Large, loud, extremely masculine men, and yet they all had tiny little dogs. I've never heard or read an explanation for this, and I can't figure one. I only say that it was odd to see these testosterone-rich, mostly bald orgies cooing at their poodles, shih tzus, and pugs. I'd say they treated us like dogs, except they treated their dogs so much better. With us, they never said, "There's a good boy." Lulu. After those first 5 weeks after the close of boot camp, the color sergeants eased up, ever so slightly. They didn't shout at us quite so much. They treated us like soldiers. As such, however, it was time to learn about war. It was now official. I was no longer Prince Harry. I was Second Lieutenant Wells of the Blues and Royals, second oldest regiment of the British Army, part of the household cavalry bodyguards to the monarch. The passing out, as they called it, took place on April 12, 2006. On hand were Paul and Camilla, Grandpa, Tiggy, that's his, nanny, the person that had been taking care of him since he was a baby, and Marco, and of course, Granny. She hadn't attended a passing out parade for decades, so her appearance was a dazzling honor. She smiled for all to see as I marched past. I know that was such a good feeling for him. If I die in Afghanistan, I thought at least, I'll never have to see another fake headline or read another shameful lie about myself. I thought a lot on the flight about dying. What would it mean? Did I care? I tried to picture my funeral. Would it be a state funeral, private? I tried to imagine the headlines. By Harry. How would I be remembered by history for the headlines or for who I actually was? Would Willie walk behind my coffin? Would Grandpa and Paul? Before I shipped out, JLP sat me down, told me I needed to update my will. My will? Really? I was given a month off. I spent the first part of it with mates. They heard I was home, rang me up, asked me out for a drink. Okay, but just one. A place called the Cat and Custard Pot. Me sitting in the dark corner, nursing a gin and tonic. Them laughing and chatting and making all sorts of plans for trips and projects and holidays. Everyone seemed so loud. Had they always been so loud? They all said I seemed quiet. Yeah, I said, yeah, I guess so. How come? No reason. I just felt like being quiet. I felt out of place, a bit distant. At times I felt sort of panicky. At other times I felt angry. Do you folks know what's happening on the other side of the world right now? That's what war will do to you. After a day or two, I rang Shells, asked to see her, begged. She was in Cape Town. She invited me to come. Yes, I thought, that's what I need right now. A day or two with Shells and her folks. After she and I ran off to Botswana, met up with the gang, we started at Tej and Mike's house. Big hugs and kisses at the door. They'd been worried sick about me. I cherished Shell's carefree and authentic spirit. She never worried about what other people thought. She wore short skirts and high boots, danced with abandon, drank as much tequila as I did, and I cherished all those things about her. But I couldn't help worrying how Granny might feel about them, or the British public. And the last thing I wanted was for Shells to change to accommodate them. I wanted so badly to be a husband, a father, but I just wasn't sure. I don't know how or if Shells could handle it. I don't know that I want to ask her to handle it.
all the